I guess you guys are returning back home from one of the more elite series, and in the country, the Clearwater Invitational, coming back home. A lot of competitive, different games down there. But I guess what's the mindset coming back home and facing another slate of teams?
Just a learning mindset, growing mindset. We talk a lot about this time of year. It's not about the wins and the losses. It's about what we can take from the game. So just taking the information we gathered last weekend and applying it to our preparation this week, and looking forward, looking who we're going to face, and getting good preparation for them too.
When that Georgia game wrapped up, when you guys spoke about it, what was some of the discussions you had? Obviously, you didn't get back out there and play Sunday.
I think similar, just the growth mindset. I think a good thing that kind of Raptors taught me as, a leader and just as a team that we kind of try to implement everywhere is you got to take the emotions out of it. Like, it's just a matter of fact, and, they did things well, we did things well. There's things we can get better at. There's many different facets that we can get better at, many different things we did good. And so you take the emotions out of it, you look at the games, you look at the facts, and you move forward kind of. So just looking at how we can get better and how we can grow from it. So when we see them again down the line, we're better prepared.
You kind of mentioned a little bit of the post game, but I mean, in the game, when a pitcher is struggling and she hasn't maybe been in some of those situations, how can you encourage, just from your position of leadership?
Just for them to keep going at it, right? Give us a chance to work for you, give us a chance to get back in there, attack the zone, whatever little cues they might need. Just trying to keep their head up, keeping them in it, because it's hard, right? It's hard, it gets a lot, you hear a lot of noise, they had a loud dugout. It's a big TV game, so just kind of keeping them focused on us, keeping them focused on our circle, and because then they can look back on it and they say they were present, they were there, and now they can get better from it.
You mentioned the emotional aspect of the game early on. Is that something that needs, is that something that comes with more games and time and stuff like that? Or is that something that is just an early season thing? I guess, what goes into, working that out, developing more of just a sound sense throughout the game?
Yeah. I mean, I would say just with being veterans, like you look at, Kaylee and I, if we're on the same side of the field in a 7-1 ball game, we're not sweating it. We're sitting there laughing, talking about things. Whereas on the other side of the field, Issa and Jay might be like, oh my God, what's going on? So just trying to implement that into them. They haven't been there before. They don't know. So just letting them take it all in, learn from things, learn that this environment is an environment of growth, and they're going to be in those situations for so many years to come. And of course, they're not going to be comfortable right now, but if they can be present, then they're going to be better for it the next time.
You don't want to be on the losing side of things and stuff like that. But from the veteran perspective, is it good that younger players like them are learning this early on? So I guess adjustment early on could come.
100%. I mean, the Clearwater tournament's a great place to learn. I think that's probably the best postseason feel you're gonna get before the ACC tournament and stuff like that. So it's such a great place for them to learn, the environment for them to be on in big pressure situations, facing elite pitching, elite lineups, playing good defense, seeing how much it matters against teams like that. So it's, they can't get it anywhere else. So it's super important for them to be in big games like that.
So Devyn, last year you guys had pretty much a veteran infield. Everybody had been together for a while and you kind of knew where everyone was going to be. So this year, what's been the biggest adjustment? Because everybody's new, basically, except you.
Yeah. I think just communication and being loud, like Amaya even over there, just making sure that Amaya, Nisa, and Jay know that, they can speak up and their voice matters, and we need them to speak up. I can talk all I want pre-pitch, I can talk all I want in practice, but they're the ones in the games too. So knowing that they're right and trusting themselves, like, it's gonna come with time, and it's so hard. I remember my freshman year, I was so nervous stepping on the dirt every time. Wasn't even that nervous to hit, just being out there. It's a super hard defense to run and learn, and so just knowing that they're going to gain confidence over time, having that feeling of the communication and the voice that they know what they're doing out there.
Is defense a bigger adjustment than offense, you think, when you're moving up from the travel ball high school level?
I think it kind of depends. Like for me, it was. I didn't have that many expectations coming in offensively. Just kind of came in and swing. And I think you see some of the freshmen doing that now. They're not overthinking it. They're getting good pitches to hit and they're just swinging, right? So I think the defensive side, it takes a lot of smarts, and we take a lot of pride in the smarts of our game. So maybe that side of it, it's a little bit easier to overthink. But I think both are pretty difficult at the college level for sure.
How's the adjustment with the technology going? Because I know last year you used like the armband and everything, and now you're kind of moving. How's that going so far? I know it's early.
It's like I say, it's all growth mindset, but it's okay. They didn't work great down in Clearwater, but that was a lot of teams, so it wasn't just us. But luckily we have old systems we can go back to, like the card and stuff, and kind of right now we're once again just trying to learn our pitchers. So it's not super big things we're, feeling out, but we're just trying to learn them, where they're going to throw it, where they're going to miss it, stuff like that. So just kind of playing for their best pitch and then, letting them lay it out there. So it wasn't too bad, but I like the technology and it's going to be a big part of the game. So glad that they get, a good idea of what's going on.
From your one more from your perspective from last weekend to this weekend, what's the biggest thing that you want to see out of younger players, just the team in general, just in the other tournament coming up?
Just to stay together. I think that's the biggest point. Like, there's a lot of outside noise right now. There's a lot of people that have opinions about the team, but it doesn't matter, right? It matters what's in the circle. It matters what's in this building. So just staying together, which I think we're doing a really good job down in the locker room. Keeping all 22 of us on the same page of. We're veterans. Some of us are veterans, and we've been here before, and it's not a big deal. I've been ranked between 2 and 25, so it really doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything come May, come June. So just keeping that going and keeping the learning mindset and just keeping attacking every team because, every team, we have a target on our back with every team. So it happened, move on from it, learn from it, and let's go get the next team.